Hey yo, welcome back to the Dugout and Beyond. This is a new video about shows and videos. You guys are liking this series. So got this one very popular show, started in 2008, called Breaking Bad. And if you haven't heard of it, unfortunately this is gonna be some spoilers, but of course funny random facts that you might not know. Actually, some of them are very popular facts that I was kind of surprised about, but also made sense in the end. Of course, this show has some couple great actors in it. For example, Bryan Cranston, who also had started as was in another great series called Malcolm in the Middle. And you also have here Aaron Paul, who this is kind of like when you think of a show or someone that has been acting in something and you see them in something else and you're like, oh, it doesn't look right because of how great they were, or it might be the first time you see them and they just do that great of a job. This was that kind of show where it was just I knew from the start, because I kind of actually started watching it late because I didn't even watch it until like 2012 or something like that. So of course at that point many people I knew have watched the show and said you have to be almost locked in from the very first second, which I was, and it played off very well. I've actually only seen it one more time since then, so it's been a number of years. I don't even know, I can also, there's so much stuff in that show, but I remember so much of what happened, and it just kind of is the thing where you can watch other shows and you know what's happening, but I can't watch a show right now again and give it another couple of years. But yeah, some crazy facts I have here for you that I actually didn't know before this is that they were not supposed to be filming in the show is based off of Albuquerque, New Mexico, which was actually supposed to be filmed in California, but it actually planned out because it cost less for them to film in New Mexico because of like taxes and all that kind of situation. So they filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which actually kind of made the city pretty popular. It kind of was so off the beaten path that it was just so cheap for them to do it there, and it planned out. They made the city actually very famous. And it kind of boosted the tourism and economic businesses down there, and it's still a popular place. And even I know people that just go down to New Mexico and go to Albuquerque because they want to have that sense of knowing where it was and like what it was feeling like to film in New Mexico. Yeah, so that's a crazy situation that you don't really hear about a lot with shows, because a lot of times they are based off of somewhere else and they're filmed in studios in California, which if for those that don't know, there's many movies are filmed. Again, this is a spoiler for some of you if you don't know. A lot of things are filmed in a studio with green screens and all that, and there's like Universal Studios, which is a major film production company in Hollywood, California, and that's where you can actually go on tours there. You can go in and visit and all that. Yes, of course they're doing movies and shows all the time, but I actually personally went on the tour and I loved it. It was great. You can see so many different sets. I've personally been on other sets, but yeah. Not the point of this. So, yeah, they made that very popular. Another thing is, with the scene where, Walter, I'm gonna use their character names, where Walter White threw the pizza up and it landed flat on the roof. That took one take, and they couldn't do it again because it was actually unsliced pizza. It was actually the only reason why it's kind of possible to do it like that is because it wasn't sliced yet, which made it so it would actually span, and of course we all know that slices separate. Yeah, so they did that. They made that house very popular. There actually people live there. Like there's people that live in that house, and unfortunately people do stop by and they kind of get mad. But hey, you have one of the most popular houses in TV history. It's gonna have people come stop by, and of course it's in a small town in Albuquerque. Like it's not like that crazy that they're doing that. Yeah, and you can't actually, this is pretty obvious because they don't show the full-on version of how they do it and how they make the meth. Yeah, you can't watch the show and actually learn how to do it. In one of the early episodes, when Jesse Pinkman, aka Aaron Paul, they put the body into in the tub, and then put the hydrofluoric acid. It doesn't destroy anything. It actually just dissolves it. So whenever that came through, that's not true. That's not actually the science behind it. And this is one that happens actually more frequently than many people think. The network actually, like HBO and FX, passed on it. This was brought up by AMC Studios, the show. But yeah, that happens all the time. Many, like you have no idea. Almost every single first show has a pilot episode, which is the first episode of the first season. And yeah, so AMC got lucky. They got lucky. They picked a great show, and of course it blew. It became great. And with AMC having another very popular show called Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, I'm talking about, which in my word feeling, they've gone on way too long. They could have killed it off a couple seasons ago and it would have been fine. I haven't watched that for many years. I couldn't even begin to tell you what's happening. You know, I haven't watched a single one. They actually used a lot of people for that to help with the show and special effects and all that. I actually did this one. There's a Save Walter White at the beginning when they're figuring out that he has this cancer. There's a Save Walter White website and links to the AMC website. It's actually pretty funny. I did this when I first heard about it and all that. Hey, it was kind of fun. Hey, you want to know more about the show? Just keep on hear about all this stuff and you'll hear it. Pinkman was not supposed to be in the show after first season. And maybe it would have been a good idea because he actually got hurt in one of the fighting scenes. Which again, I remember a lot of the show, but I don't remember a fighting scene in it. Yeah, so and a lot of characters actually do their own fighting scenes and acting scenes. For example, one of the couple main ones is like Jackie Chan, who does so many. I think he's broken many bones throughout his career. But hey, you make so much money, it kind of pushes away that injury. And here's another one here says Cranston actually, Walter White said one of the hardest scenes to film was when he watched Jane die, who this is one of the beginning season, and I think it was one of the beginning seasons at least, where her and Jesse took a lot. It was a lot of meth. I'm pretty sure it was a lot of it, and you're basically just watching someone die. And he was like, that's a hard thing. Like, no matter who, a show, movie, real life, it doesn't matter. It's hard to watch someone die. Yeah. So, another one, this is pretty cool. Brian, now I'm going to use the real name, Bryan Cranston, now aka Walter White. Actually, it says here that he has, Breaking Bad, like the symbol, on one of his fingers. It looks like the pinky, like a right pinky. It looks like he's doing and he's like this, so it looks like his right pinky. Yeah. And if you didn't know this, I have not had it yet, but yes, I'm legally able to drink for the last few years. I've not had it, but I will in my life. As we all know, there's many celebrity drinks, tequila, wines, that, like you have The Rock has a bunch of them. He has even an energy drink called Zoa, which I've had. Great, I love Zoa. And he also has he also has tequila. But Bryan Cranston and what's his name? I just was saying his name. Aaron Paul, they actually have a tequila together called Dos Hombres. It looks like a, it looks like two donkeys, I think it is. Yeah, it's like, I think it's of course based off of, I don't know if it's based off of the show, but it has like that kind of feel like they're in the desert type of situation. But yeah, they have their own tequila, so if you want to go try that, I again never tried it. I definitely have plans to soon, hopefully. And just never really, I'm not a crazy drinker, just if I want to, I'll have a drink. Again, I'm legally able to drink. I'm well old enough at this point. And yeah, this has been, it's one of the craziest shows I've ever seen. I would say it's tied with The Office with top show of mine. And again, I remember so much about it because I was told to know every little thing. I would help people understand the show when they were watching it. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite shows ever. I'm not really sure the next time I'm going to watch it again, just because of how much you have to. You basically can't watch anything else during it. Yeah, so if you like Breaking Bad and enjoyed the video, please like the video, and helps me out with getting out more reach, and subscribe to get more content, because I do have a lot more videos coming out and have already made. Yeah, so like, subscribe, and comment for your for another show or movie, or just in general. Maybe there's gonna be more sports videos coming out. So yeah, like, subscribe, and comment for all that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.